Relax and enjoy this story, whether you are fully awake, studying, or gently drifting into sleep. The words will flow softly around you, bringing calm, curiosity, and a quiet sense of discovery. The United Kingdom, resting off the northwestern coast of mainland Europe, is a land of islands, rolling hills, dramatic cliffs, and rich history. England stretches across gentle plains, green pastures, and historic towns, with London, the capital, as a center of culture, politics, and global connection. Scotland rises to the north with its rugged highlands, deep lochs, and vibrant cities like Edinburgh and Glasgow, where ancient history and modern life coexist. Wales rests to the west, its valleys, castles, and coastline echoing centuries of resilient culture and Welsh language. Across the Irish Sea lies Northern Ireland, its lush landscapes, and the city of Belfast blending industrial history with cultural revival. Together, these lands hold a population of nearly 67 million people, each region contributing its own unique character to the kingdom. The natural beauty of the UK is gentle and diverse. The climate, moderated by the North Atlantic Drift, brings cool summers, mild winters, and frequent rain, keeping the countryside lush and green. Rivers like the Thames, Severn, Clyde, and Mersey flow calmly through cities and landscapes, while lakes, lochs, and reservoirs mirror quiet skies. Mountain ranges, including the Scottish Highlands, Snowdonia, and the Pennines, rise gracefully, adding texture to the horizon. Forests, moors, and coastal cliffs offer spaces for reflection, recreation, and quiet observation. History in the United Kingdom is a slow, intertwined journey. The islands were once home to early humans and later shaped by Celts, Romans, Anglo-Saxons, Vikings, and Normans. England, Scotland, and Wales each began as independent kingdoms, sometimes in alliance, often in conflict. By the 10th century, the foundations of England as a unified kingdom were laid, while Scotland maintained an independent monarchy, and Wales preserved its own culture despite external pressures. The Roman occupation left roads, towns, and infrastructure that would influence the islands for centuries. The crowns of England and Scotland were united in 1603 when James VI of Scotland inherited the English throne, becoming James I of England. Despite sharing a monarch, the kingdoms remained legally separate until the Acts of Union in 1707, which formed the Kingdom of Great Britain with a single parliament in London. Later, in 1801, Ireland joined, creating the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. Following decades of political struggle, the island of Ireland was partitioned in 1922, with Northern Ireland remaining part of the UK, giving the country its current shape. Instead of a single moment of independence, the UK was born through gradual unification, parliaments, and culture. This layered history gave rise to a nation that balances tradition with modern governance. Today, the United Kingdom functions as a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary democracy. The monarch serves as a symbolic head of state, representing continuity, unity, and stability, while elected officials make decisions through the House of Commons and House of Lords. The Prime Minister leads the government, shaping policy and national direction, while the Supreme Court provides judicial oversight, ensuring laws adhere to constitutional principles. This system blends centuries of history with contemporary needs, providing a calm and steady framework for governance, culture, and daily life. It allows the United Kingdom to preserve its rich heritage while adapting to global challenges, sustaining a society where past and present coexist harmoniously. Part 1 ends here, offering a peaceful understanding of the land, its people, its landscapes, its rivers, and the government that quietly guides life across the islands. Ahead lies Part 2, where the story will flow into military history, innovations, and the achievements that have shaped Britain's place in the world. Notice the details if you are awake, and let them float by if you are drifting. The story flows gently, softly, like a calm river. Here we explore the United Kingdom's military strength, global presence, and the remarkable innovations that shaped the modern world, all with quiet reflection and slow, immersive storytelling. The United Kingdom's military is one of the oldest and most respected in history. It is composed of the British Army, the Royal Navy, the Royal Air Force, RAF, and the Royal Marines, supported by reserve forces and strategic bases both at home and abroad. Each branch carries centuries of history and tradition while adapting to modern needs, peacekeeping missions, and global cooperation. The Army began as regional militias and evolved into a unified national force, participating in conflicts across Europe, Asia, Africa, and beyond. The Royal Navy, once the backbone of Britain's rise to global power, ensured the security of trade routes and colonies, building the empire that became known as the largest in history. The RAF, established in 1918 as the world's first independent air force, defended the skies during pivotal moments like the Battle of Britain, while the Royal Marines maintain a legacy of elite amphibious capability operating in extreme environments around the world. Through centuries, Britain's military has not only defended the homeland, but also projected influence, responded to crises, and contributed to global peacekeeping. Military bases in strategic locations maintain readiness and coordination with allies, reflecting a history of adaptability and forward planning. However, Britain's power has never relied solely on military might. Innovation has always been a companion to defense. The United Kingdom has consistently contributed groundbreaking ideas, discoveries, and technologies that shaped the modern world. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain, transformed agriculture, manufacturing, transportation, and energy production. Innovations like James Watt's steam engine, mechanized textile production, and early railways revolutionized industry and daily life. British engineers, scientists, and mathematicians have left enduring legacies. Isaac Newton in physics and mathematics, Michael Faraday in electromagnetism, Charles Darwin in natural science, and Alexander Fleming in medicine. Their discoveries rippled across the globe, altering not only knowledge but human experience itself. Britain's contributions to transportation and exploration were equally remarkable. The development of railways, steamships, and improved navigational tools allowed people, goods, and ideas to traverse continents efficiently. Aviation pioneers, including the Wright-inspired engineers in Britain, helped lay the foundations for modern air travel. The UK scientists and institutions also played critical roles in space research, environmental studies, and energy innovation, collaborating internationally to extend knowledge beyond the island's shores. Economically, the UK evolved from agrarian roots to industrial dominance, and now to a service-oriented, technologically advanced economy. Cities like London, Manchester, Birmingham, Glasgow, and Edinburgh became centers of trade, finance, education, and research. British industry, creativity, and innovation formed networks that spread ideas, products, and influence across the world, establishing Britain as a leader not only in war, but in science, commerce, and culture. Part 2 concludes here, carrying a soft understanding that Britain's global significance is woven from both military tradition and a long lineage of creativity, innovation, and achievement. These threads combine to form a quiet yet powerful legacy, reflecting centuries of adaptation, resilience, and imagination, all flowing gently into the next chapter of the story: culture, arts, music, and festivals. For those joining us for the first time or quietly following along, feel free to like or subscribe if you wish. These details are rarely found elsewhere, and whether you are resting, awake, or simply letting the story float around you, you may relax completely. The culture of the United Kingdom is like a soft, layered tapestry woven through centuries of history, migration, creativity, and quiet, daily life. It is a place where ancient traditions exist alongside modern expressions, where folk melodies blend with urban rhythms, and where theaters, galleries, and concert halls create spaces for reflection and delight. Music has always been one of the UK's strongest cultural threads. The islands produced remarkable genres from folk, jazz, and blues to rock, punk, pop, and electronic music. Scottish bagpipes and Gaelic songs resonate through the Highlands, while Welsh choral traditions fill chapels with layered harmony. Northern Ireland carries lively Celtic music, with fiddles, flutes, and bodhrans echoing across green landscapes. Cities like Liverpool became internationally known for musical innovation, while Manchester inspired alternative rock, and London nurtures a continuous flow of classical, jazz, rap, and multicultural music. Dance and performance are also deeply rooted, and Irish jigs reflect community, celebration, storytelling, and historical identity. In modern cities, dance continues to thrive in theaters, community halls, and festival stages, linking the past to contemporary expression. The UK's arts have global resonance. Literature, painting, sculpture, and film showcase centuries of creativity. Shakespeare's plays, the poetry of William Wordsworth and Maya Angelou's influence through modern perspectives, and the contemporary works of British authors and filmmakers reflect an ongoing narrative of thought, imagination, and reflection. Museums like the British Museum, the National Gallery, and the Tate provide quiet spaces for learning, contemplation, and inspiration, holding centuries of history and artistic achievement. Festivals punctuate the calendar with gentle rhythms. Traditional celebrations, like Trooping the Colour, mark official occasions with ceremony and color, while family-centered festivities such as Christmas, Easter, and bonfire night add warmth, light, and gentle community engagement. Each country contributes its own cultural holidays. Hogmanay in Scotland brings fire and music to welcome the new year. St. David's Day in Wales celebrates Welsh heritage with parades and daffodils. St. Patrick's Day in Northern Ireland features music, dance, and green decorations celebrating national identity. Local fairs and quirky events connect communities. Village fetes, artisan markets, coastal festivals, and seasonal gatherings showcase food, crafts, music, and local talents. Public libraries, theaters, and cultural centers serve as quiet gathering places, supporting learning and creative expression. Parks, walking trails, and recreational spaces allow residents and visitors to experience cultural and natural beauty simultaneously. Fashion and handicrafts preserve traditions while inspiring new creativity. Regional attire, textiles, and folk art demonstrate how history and modernity intersect. Educational institutions across the UK emphasize arts, music, and cultural study, nurturing generations of artists, musicians, and thinkers, ensuring the continuity of cultural appreciation alongside modern innovation. Even in daily life, culture is evident, whether in the music drifting from open windows, the communal joy of local festivals, or the quiet reverence of historical landmarks. Each moment connects the present with centuries of artistic and social expression, offering calm reflection, intellectual curiosity, and gentle aesthetic pleasure. Part 3 concludes here, leaving a soft sense of Britain's artistic, musical, and cultural richness, ready to drift into the next chapter: cuisine, food, and markets, where flavors, aromas, and daily culinary life unfold gently across the islands. Enjoy the flavors and gentle aromas of daily life as they drift softly across the United Kingdom. Whether you are awake and noticing details or gently resting, let this story flow around you, painting a calm, sensory picture of food, tradition, and community life. Breakfast in the UK is an experience that varies across regions, yet carries a comforting familiarity. In England, a traditional full English breakfast offers eggs, bacon, sausages, mushrooms, tomatoes, beans, and toast, often enjoyed with a warm cup of tea or coffee. In Scotland, porridge and oat-based dishes remain staples, sometimes enriched with honey, fruits, or a touch of cream. Wales introduces simple yet hearty ingredients, often featuring bread, cheese, and fresh dairy products, while in Northern Ireland, soda bread, potatoes, and smoked fish are popular breakfast items. Each region brings its own gentle rhythm to the morning, reflecting centuries of local agriculture and culinary heritage. Lunch and dinner vary just as widely, blending tradition with modern tastes. Classic dishes include roast meat with seasonal vegetables, fish and chips by the seaside, and regional specialties such as Cornish pasties, Welsh caul, or Scottish haggis. The cuisine reflects a history of practicality, seasonal adaptation, and occasional experimentation, gently shaped by local ingredients, trade, and cultural influences over time. Desserts and sweets offer a comforting cadence to life in the UK. Sticky toffee pudding apple crumble, treacle sponge, and delicate pastries bring warmth and a hint of indulgence, while teas, black, green, or herbal, accompany these moments of quiet pleasure. Street food also has its place, from market stalls offering savory pies and pastries to food trucks blending multicultural flavors, reflecting the diverse communities that now thrive in urban centers. Farmers markets and seasonal fairs showcase local produce and artisanal goods. Fresh fruits, vegetables, cheeses, baked breads, and handmade preserves provide a tactile and aromatic experience, connecting communities to the land and to each other. Quirky festivals such as pumpkin fairs, maple syrup celebrations, and chili competitions celebrate both creativity and seasonal change, gently weaving communal joy into everyday life. Dining etiquette varies subtly across regions, but remains rooted in politeness and mindfulness. Meals are often enjoyed with family or friends, fostering connection, conversation, and a quiet sense of tradition. Restaurants, cafes, and pubs serve as social hubs, while home-cooked meals continue to anchor domestic life. Fusion cuisine, influenced by centuries of trade and migration, now blends Indian, Caribbean, Chinese, and Middle Eastern flavors with classic British dishes, offering a slow, rich exploration of taste. Even casual snacks, from crisps and sandwiches to fresh bakery goods, contribute to the calm rhythm of daily life. The UK's culinary identity balances practicality with creativity, tradition with innovation, and local flavors with global influences. Food is not only sustenance, it is a gentle expression of culture, history, and community connection, a way to appreciate the land, the people, and the moments that define everyday life. Part 4 concludes here, leaving a soft sense of the United Kingdom's culinary world. Its breakfasts, regional specialties, desserts, drinks, markets, and festivals ready to drift into the next chapter. Sports, recreation, and outdoor life, where movement, rhythm, and nature unfold gently across the islands. Sports have long been a cherished thread of British culture, offering both competitive excitement and communal connection. Football soccer is the most popular sport, with communities across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland gathering to support local clubs and national teams. From local fields to iconic stadiums like Wembley, matches bring together people of all ages, reflecting tradition, pride, and a soft rhythm of teamwork. Historic clubs, long-standing rivalries, and community leagues form a continuous thread of cultural identity, gently linking generations. Other sports thrive with equal importance. Rugby, cricket, tennis, and golf carry deep roots in the UK, often tied to both regional and national pride. Rugby has passionate followings in Wales and England, cricket fields, the countryside, and tennis at Wimbledon provides moments of calm, tradition, and international attention. Ice hockey, netball, and rowing also contribute to the variety of athletic engagement across the islands. Outdoor recreation is abundant and intertwined with natural landscapes. Hiking through the Scottish Highlands, kayaking along coastal inlets, or cycling along country paths offers calm, restorative experiences. National parks, such as the Lake District, Peak District, Snowdonia, and Cairngorms, provide spaces where nature and physical activity merge, allowing walkers, climbers, and families to move gently through mountains, lakes, and forests. Wildlife, from deer in woodlands to seabirds along the cliffs, shares these spaces quietly, adding a soft sense of harmony to the outdoor experience. Community engagement in sports remains strong. Youth leagues, school competitions, and local clubs encourage participation and nurture values of discipline, teamwork, and enjoyment. Seasonal festivals often include athletic challenges, from rowing regattas to village sports days, blending tradition, friendly competition, and social connection. Water sports along coastal regions, surfing in Wales, and winter activities in Scotland's mountains demonstrate how the UK's diverse climate supports both adventure and gentle recreation. Colleges and high schools maintain strong sporting traditions, fostering athletic development alongside education. University teams, amateur clubs, and community organizations create networks where participation is as much about belonging as achievement. Sports facilities, gyms, recreational centers, and urban green spaces provide consistent opportunities for activity, balancing indoor and outdoor engagement. The connection between sports and national identity is quiet, yet profound. Whether through cheering in a stadium, supporting a local team, or simply enjoying a weekend walk in the countryside, athletic life becomes part of the UK's shared experience. Leisure, family outings, and outdoor hobbies reinforce community, provide reflection, and sustain well-being, all within the serene landscapes of the islands. Let the daily life and rituals gently flow around you, soft and calm. Whether awake, observing details, or drifting into sleep, the rhythms of ordinary life across the United Kingdom carry centuries of tradition, culture, and quiet reflection. Daily routines vary subtly across the four nations of the UK. In cities, mornings begin with the hum of public transportation, buses, and trains, while cafes fill with the aroma of fresh coffee, tea, and pastries. Commuters move steadily to offices, shops, and schools. In rural areas, the day begins softly with animals stirring, mist rising from fields, and families tending to gardens and local trades. Work, education, and home life blend seamlessly with cultural rituals, seasonal observances, and community events. Housing varies from historic townhouses, Georgian and Victorian terraces, and city flats, to country cottages and modern suburban homes. Each neighborhood carries its own character, shaped by centuries of architecture, community planning, and regional identity. Gardens, parks, and green spaces are carefully maintained, offering quiet retreats where residents can enjoy nature, reflection, and gentle social interaction. Transportation is extensive and reliable. Trains, buses, and underground networks in cities such as London, Glasgow, and Cardiff provide smooth movement, while cars, bicycles, and walking paths connect towns and countryside. Public services, healthcare, and education systems ensure access to essential needs, supporting a rhythm of daily life that balances activity with calm. Health and medicine reflect a long-standing commitment to well-being. The National Health Service, NHS, provides comprehensive care, blending modern medical science with accessible community health services. Clinics, hospitals, and specialists are complemented by pharmacies, community health centers, and home-based care, forming a safety net for all citizens. Education remains a central part of life. Schools, universities, and cultural institutions cultivate knowledge, creativity, and curiosity. Children and young adults participate in extracurricular activities, from music and arts to sports and science clubs, shaping personal development alongside academic growth. Life events, birth, marriage, and death are marked with quiet ritual and tradition. Births are celebrated with family gatherings, christenings, or naming ceremonies. Weddings range from civil and religious ceremonies to local customs reflecting centuries of heritage. Death and funeral practices are deeply respectful, with services held in churches, crematoria, or cemeteries. Ashes may be scattered in meaningful landscapes or preserved in family memorials, maintaining continuity and remembrance. Unique customs, from local festivals to seasonal observances, punctuate life with gentle rhythm, reminding residents of connection, history, and community. Cultural continuity flows through literature, music, and arts. The influence of historical figures such as Shakespeare, Jane Austen, and Charles Dickens blends with modern authors, musicians, and artists, ensuring that creative expression remains a calm, guiding presence. Contemporary personalities in politics, sports, science, and the arts continue to shape public life, offering inspiration without urgency, reflecting both tradition and modernity. The United Kingdom's history, achievements, and culture converge in daily experience. National milestones, scientific discoveries, military history, festivals, creative expression quietly inform life, offering perspective, pride, and reflection. Each moment, whether a gentle walk through a park, a shared meal, a concert, or a quiet evening at home, connects residents to centuries of heritage, forming a calm, continuous story. Finally, as this story comes to a close, whether you're drifting into sleep or continuing your day, we hope this journey brought calm and curiosity. Relax, observe, and enjoy. The story is here for you, wherever you are. Part 6 ends here, completing the 6-part journey across the United Kingdom, from geography, history, and government through military, innovation, culture, cuisine, sports, daily life, and reflective personal connections. The island's story flows quietly, deeply, and completely, offering a calm understanding for all listeners.